Welcome back to Simps.
Yeah. Welcome back to welcome back to the Joe Rogan Experience. We're gonna talk about DMT and monkeys.
Oh boy.
Yeah. It's all a ploy to make Elon Musk's stocks drop again.
Also, birds aren't real, so you know.
Yeah, that's true. Birds aren't real.
Or at 11.
Yeah, that's why like every anime is fantasy, because all animes have birds in them, one way or another. Slice of life, yeah, right. That's fantasy. Those birds ain't real.
Everything's an isekai if there are birds in it.
Exactly. In a world where birds actually exist. That's so funny. Dude, just imagine the title of like a new isekai, like reincarnated in a world where birds are real. And then it just goes on like normal. They just have to go get a job.
In another world with my bird phone.
Yeah. In another world with my PSP. Which I love that is, we'll get into it later, but I love that is an actual name-dropped product in the world God only knows.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's great.
Yeah. All right. Late delay, but welcome back to the Anime Therapy Podcast, episode 9. I didn't even fact check that, but I think it's 9. 9. Welcome back to Anime Therapy Podcast, episode No. There's a little German joke for you. I'm high energy. I don't know if you could tell.
Yeah, he's up there.
Yeah. Oh my god. This isn't a ploy to... Oh god, you know...
Those aren't bags under his eyes. It's makeup.
It's experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's a DXP bar, and oh boy, is it full.
Yeah. I'm 1 EXP away. Yeah. So here we are again, once again, here to talk about anime and how it makes us cringe sometimes. Yeah. Like, you know, one of the most cringy things in anime, I think, for me is like when a really popular show takes like 12 years in between season 1 and season 2, and then they roll out like 2 whole seasons, and then for the 4th season they wait like 5 years, and then, you know, they just split the last season up into like 10 different seasons. Super cringe.
Man, you know, that really does sound frustrating, and I can't possibly imagine what show you're talking about. But you know, if that ever happened in one of my shows, especially one of my top 5s,
Yeah.
I'd be livid, for sure.
No, I was talking about Tokyo Ghoul.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, I need to get back on that Attack on Titan train, honestly. Is it done yet? Is it over? Has it finished?
It's not done. They haven't released season 4 part 3 yet.
That's not a joke.
No, it's not, unfortunately. But, you know, sometimes we live in a world and it's the wrong one.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. I want to live in a world exactly like this. The only difference is that Attack on Titan releases normally and completely.
Everything else is okay. Nothing needs to be changed, but, you know, come on, just...
Yeah. No,
you put 4.1 and 2 together, and that's season 4, and then season 5 is just 12 episodes, and you're happy.
They're joking, right? There's not going to be a season 5, is there?
No, I don't. No.
They did say final season.
Yeah. No, if this should be from where 4. I'm just going to call it 4.1, 4.2. Where 4.2 ended, 4.3 should be the last. There should not be anything else after this.
Okay, because they said 4.1 was the final season, but they pulled a Final Fantasy on us.
They lied every time.
Is it really the Final Fantasy?
It's never the Final Fantasy.
No.
There's always remakes that can be done of your Final Fantasy.
It's true. Now that I have a PlayStation, I can finally play the remake of 7, which everybody is like, it's so good.
It's definitely got a nostalgia factor to it, but it is very nice to from somebody who's played the whole, you know, original PlayStation Final Fantasy VII, it's like it's nice to see everything with modern graphics and stuff like that.
I'm only in it for Aerith, personally.
I'm a Tifa boy, so you know.
Yeah, I have a soft spot for the kind-hearted ones that turn into kebabs. Spoiler. I'm really bad at saying
ka-chows.
I'm really bad at saying spoiler after the spoiler. But also the game is what, like 15 years old?
Yeah, it's, you know, if people don't know, there's gonna be spoilers discussed on this podcast, and you know, it's just you could skip over parts, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, when Snape kills Dumbledore.
Damn, dude.
You know, it's really unfortunate that that had to happen. I actually got, speaking of Harry Potter, completely off topic, I got the 5th book spoiled for me at summer camp. So I had like went to so Order of the Phoenix. So that's when Sirius Black
what
dies.
spoiler could have possibly have been?
That's when Sirius Black dies.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I'm like reading. I'm like a third of the way through, and I'm reading it at like lunchtime. And this kid comes up to me and he's like, "Oh man, you're reading Order of the Phoenix? Did you get to the part where Sirius dies?" And I was just like.
And then you Avada Kedavra him.
It was a true bro moment. I wanted to so bad, but you know.
Yeah. I couldn't remember when that happened, but I was like, is Sirius one of those characters that was really only around for like really one movie, right? Other than Prisoner, right? He's not even really in Goblet of Fire. He just like kind of projects himself in the.
He's not really there, but like, Sirius is such a beloved character because it's like, yes, Harry's got some family again. Let's go, and he's a good dude. Like, and then it's just like, ah.
Yeah, and he's played and he's played by the magnificent Gary Oldman too. You know, just
come on.
He's the man. Gary Oldman, voting for Gary Oldman to play Silver's Rayleigh in the live action One Piece. That'd be pretty cool.
Please, producers, no more live actions of anime. We don't need that anymore. Okay.
Bro, you know who loves One Piece? Is the I always forget her name. She goes by the 3 names. She's in the Halloween series, like from the original Halloween. She's the
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis, yeah, she loves One Piece, and there was like a petition to get her to play the Doctor, the old lady Doctor, when they go through the Chopper, when they meet Chopper, and it's like the older lady, which she would be perfect for.
Dude, there's just so much of One Piece. Like, what story would you tell? You know?
I think they're gonna just start from the beginning. Honestly, I don't know.
Jesus!
I don't know where they're gonna start. I mean, if it's on par or better with the Cowboy Bebop live action, I'll be happy, because the Cowboy Bebop live action was actually pretty entertaining.
I guess any live action that doesn't start with a D, you know, is at least okay. So like,
I see what you did there.
Because the Death Note one was shit, and the Dragon Ball one was shit.
I see what you did there. Yeah. Was I telling you about? If I find it, I'll put it up over here. But
nice swing, good form. Doing good. Hey, Fuller.
Yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah, that made me laugh. Yeah, that movie was terrible, and I mean, we all know the movie was terrible, but I saw it when it first came out on DVD. So I was a kid, and I was like, this movie sucks.
Yeah, I also saw it when I was younger because I was like, that was my first, animated live action adaptation experience.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, more Dragon Ball? Like, let's go, that's awesome. And I watched the movie and I was like, wow, fuck, like this sucks. Like,
Yeah.
this is terrible.
I mean, I'm always the kind of person who's like, just give it the benefit of the doubt. Like, don't hate on it. You know, I straight up was like, dude, this is bad, and I feel bad for saying that the movie's bad.
There are very few things that I just off the cuff hate when it comes to like entertainment,
Yeah.
stuff like that. But that was one of the things where I was like, okay, this is bad. I know this is bad. There's no reasonable like thought process in my head.
No redeeming quality.
Okay. No.
Yeah. I mean, Piccolo. Oh, God. Just terrible. Terrible.
So should we check up on our homework from last week?
I would love to. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. So mine was at, his recommendation was Eden of the East.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched the entire first season. I have not gotten to the movies yet.
No.
I really enjoyed it. It didn't feel like a season-long anime for me. It felt more like a movie.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm sure you could say this with a lot of stuff, but if you cut out the, OP and the EP and you just strung the episodes together,
Mm-hmm.
like, I feel like it would still flow really well
Yeah.
as a movie.
And it was only 11 episodes too.
Right, so it'd be like what, like 3 hours, something like that.
Roughly, yeah.
Long for an anime movie, but
Yeah.
wouldn't be too bad.
Looking at you,
I thought-
Justice League. Motherfucker. Sorry, go ahead.
I liked the characters. A lot of them were fairly simple, like the supporting characters. But the two main characters were good. As far as
Did you think they were cute?
yeah, they're a cute couple for sure.
The main girl, I love the character
Aki,
design.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then Akira, I really like charismatic characters, even if he has no memory, he's still got that like suave where it's like, oh, I'll get us out of this situation. Like, when they're trying to leave the apartment, the police officer's like, hey, like, are you this person? And he's like, you want to check? And just pulls down his pants.
Yeah.
It's just like, doesn't match.
Yeah.
He just walks away. He's like, thank God it was cold.
Yeah, thank God it was cold outside. Yeah, I love that they're checking based on a picture of his dong.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was gonna say that's what I do really like about that first episode is he is just naked, and there's so many different ways of censoring those kinds of things, but the way they did it with just like the scribble, the moving scribble out was funny.
And so like, it's basically, this anime is basically like, how would you solve a world crisis if you had, what is
Infinite
essentially
money.
to most people infinite resources?
Yeah.
Right.
And the ability to do it, right?
Yeah. To say I want this done and it gets done.
Yeah.
Every time. So, obviously there's different ideas with that sort of stuff, and you have the people that think I'm gonna use this power for like good, like true good. And you have some people who are like, I'm gonna use this power for what I think is good, but actually
It's a no-no.
isn't. Like the woman who blue hair, she's snipping all the Johnnies.
Yeah.
And that's her own sense of
What's good,
justice, because shit happened to her, and now she's in a position where I can do whatever I want. I can exact revenge against, and be, uh, what is basically a mass murderer, but in her sense of the word, for a good reason.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly. A serial snipper, if you will. Yeah.
Yeah,
I do like the aspect of it, like kind of being like a game that a bunch of people are playing, because at first it feels like a game, but they're playing with actual people's lives and in a real world, and it just kind of leads to disaster every time someone uses their money, right?
I'll be honest, when the doctor died, I was like so sad.
Yeah.
Cause he was like, I've been trying to I was looking for something more as a neurosurgeon, and I just thought I'm gonna use this money, employ these senior citizens to work for us, and just make the best freaking hospital possible.
Yeah.
And money goes to zero. One of the rules is supporter comes, takes you out afterwards, and
Yeah.
he's just sitting there at his desk, and he's like, I got no regrets.
Yeah.
So
Successful life, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, it's one of those that I saw on Netflix one time when I was starting my journey into anime, and I was like, this is so unique. And it reminded me of Death Note, just in the sense of it's a unique power to only certain people.
that's an aspect that is kind of taken into consideration in that, with how what you would think are the villains of the story are trying to, or how they're trying to win the game. I will say, before we move on to my recommendation for you, dude, the scene where the boat pulls up and just 20,000 naked men start running off of the boat.
Yeah.
That was so funny.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, I love how they find a computer and they're like, it's the Messiah.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was interesting that we also don't know that we normally as a viewer we're omnipotent, right? If the story is told a certain way, we know what's going on and the characters don't. We don't know if the main dude is... I call him the main dude because he had so many different names.
Yeah, he's all those aliases, but he's known through this part of the story to the main characters as Akira.
Yeah. We don't know if he's a villain or not, because all he knows is he has a selfie with all the dudes, and then next thing we know, tragedy struck with all of them, and he's suspect number one. Yeah, they're gone, and he's suspect number one, right? And we're like, okay, be careful, with this man.
I'll be interested to see how the two movies conclude the series, because at the end he's just like, make me king of Japan.
Yeah.
And that's how it ends. And it's like, okay, what does that mean?
Mm-hmm.
Is that even possible?
Right.
And if it is possible, what are the next steps? Do you still have these, people that have the same resources as you, who still have their ideals and,
and lots of money to get it done. One of my favorite, I'll do this real quick, but one of my favorite scenes, I believe, is in the first episode or the second episode, where the guy's in the alleyway and he just holds out his fingers. He makes the call to kill the people right in front of him, and he just holds out his finger, bam, and then they die.
Bang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that scene a lot. It has been a while since I've seen it. That's why I don't have all the details that you do, but I mean, I remember really liking the show, and I remember some key points, when he, isn't it we think that there's like an actual person behind the phone, but then it's like an AI system, right?
Yeah, so oh, what is it? Trying to remember what the system's called, but it's just it's not. I know it starts with a J, and I want to say Judai, but that's not right.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's you think it's a person at first, but it's actually a supercomputer.
Yeah.
For each of them. I will say I was happy that the fat hacker kid lived.
Yeah.
I was like, this dude totally dead, but he did what he had to do.
Yeah.
Like,
he's good. He's good.
also, he's definitely never going outside again, ever.
No.
Because he was like, I have to do this. Run over by a car. You recover, you go back inside, and you're like, cool.
Yeah.
Never doing that again.
Yep. Cool. I'm oh god, what's the term? I know it too, the phobia. It's agoraphobic, basically. You just become agoraphobic and you're like, cool, yeah. I'm never going outside ever again.
Yep.
Who needs outside when you have DoorDash, right? Not sponsored by DoorDash.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, the 2 movies, I remember the 2 movies even less than the show because I watched the show twice. I started it for a 3rd time, but I only watched like the first 2 episodes. And I've only seen the movies once. I was satisfied. I remember that. I was satisfied with the movies, like the story ending. Unlike Durarara, where I was like, this is the worst ending I've ever seen. But that's a personal opinion. Everybody's different. Some people like a happy ending. Some people, like me, don't like a happy ending when it's just so, like, how, right? Like, how does a happy ending work in this situation?
Yeah, I'm okay with happy endings when there's a potential setup for a happy ending. But if you have a show that's like really, really sad all the way throughout, and it's like, let's say you have like a war anime, right? And like war is obviously a very, touchy subject for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And war is not a pleasant thing,
yeah.
right?
It's not cash money.
Right. If you end a war anime and everybody, like, the war ends and everybody's like, ha 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 ha, yay!
Yeah.
Like, that's gonna feel very disingenuous, right?
No such thing as a Great Depression,
Yeah.
like how like that. You nailed what I was saying. It's like if it doesn't make sense for it to be a happy ending, and then it is, it's like that like I don't know, like specifically with Durarara, it's like, dude, fucking the main characters almost straight up died. And then the last episode, everything's all hunky-dory, everything's resolved, and they're all happy. It's like, no. Like, take some time, after such gnarly tragedy. That's why I like animes that start tragic, because then the ending, no matter what happens, it's like, well, look at where they started, right?
Right, that's like the Akame ga Kill, scenario where it's like...
So satisfying.
Yes, there's a happy ending for Akame.
Yeah.
But it's the, like you said, look at where we started versus look at where we are now.
Yeah.
And there may be a happy ending over here, but that happy ending tends to be overshadowed by look at all the people that we lost along the way. So
and spoiler, I guess, but I don't remember, did Akame's little sister die?
No, she ran off with what's his name, Wake or Wave.
Wave.
He was
yeah.
He was the other dragon armor guy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I remember they fought, and they have the whole rule of like, when 2 people with these weapons fight, one of them will die. It's inevitable, and they do fight.
Yeah, so they fight. Wave comes in and is like, stop, I'll protect your sister, like.
Okay.
And Akame was like, okay.
Bet.
Like, yeah.
Right on.
And so they left.
Okay. Yeah, I couldn't remember that. It's been a while since I watched it all. And I've never read it all, and I need to do that. If only I knew someone who had it all for me to read.
only it was just, right here, 1 through 15, just
good.
for some reason.
That's a good amount of volumes too. I could read that.
That is a good amount of volumes, yeah.
I could read that in less than a week. That's no problem. Demon Slayer was 26, I think. That was 26 or 28, but yeah. Well, cool. Yeah, the task that you gave me, the anime that you gave me, was a pleasant surprise. I am, I think, 6 or 7 episodes in.
Okay.
And you motherfucker, I give you an 11 episode show, and you give me a 3-season long show.
I do.
Like, oh jeez, okay. And I'll be honest, I started it yesterday because I was like, I need to at least watch stuff. But I watched it like almost all day.
It's fine. I watched all of Eden of the East today.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, I wanted to. I was thinking about it. I was like, because I thought there was only 1 season, and I was like, oh, if I watch this all, I know we only tasked each other with like 3 to 5 episodes, but if I watch it all, I'm gonna be like, so unfortunately, I watched all of it. And then I saw that there were 3 seasons.
You lied.
Yeah. I saw 3 seasons, and I was like, not possible. I'm enjoying it. Like it there's so many relatable moments in it that are just so, they're just so good, because the main character is not, he like doesn't come off as like an assuming character, right? Like he's very unassuming. He's very like not, he doesn't have the Yu-Gi-Oh main character hair, right?
Dude,
like
he's just a normal dude. Like he's just a shut-in.
Yeah, exactly. And one of the things I do like, I've only seen 7 episodes so far, and his PSP has been broken or ruined at least 4 times already.
Yep.
I think that's hilarious. I do like how it started, where it's like, it's kind of that like Nickelodeon show rule, where it's like first half is one thing, second half is another thing.
Yeah.
And then like it gets completed in 1 episode. The first 3 episodes were like that, and then it goes into an episode where he doesn't try to do a conquest with anyone, but he tries to beat this game that is like notorious for being buggy and broken, and no one's ever beaten it, and the people that made the game have quit their jobs, right? It's all been shut down. He does that through the whole episode. I thought that was really funny. And then he finally gets past the loop that he's been stuck on the whole time, and then once he finally gets past it, he's like, time to see the ending, and it's like on the shot is him hitting the button, and he's like, time to see the ending, and then it bugs, and then it's like, what the fuck? He's like, no, shit. And then he writes a freaking like Ratatouille ego like review at the very end. It's just so somber. I'm in the middle of the pink-haired idol canon.
Sure. So he's saved 2 people at this point, or just 1?
2.
2. Okay.
2. Yeah, the first girl, the track girl, and then the rich but not rich anymore girl.
Okay.
I was not expecting it to get fucking deep like it did with her.
No.
It got like the whole like her dad being dead, and that's why she's pulling off the whole like facade that she's still rich in order to keep his memory alive, and they do the dance outside, and he's like, you gotta let him go and live your own life. That's what he would want. I was just like, damn, dude, I thought this was supposed to be like hilarious, and it's funny how sad I got. Like, I don't know. I'm enjoying it. I did like that she only had a single 10,000 yen bill, and she couldn't get change for it, so she just bought all the hot dogs, or all the buns, the egg,
the special lunch bun.
yeah. She just bought them all, and she's just eating them throughout the whole conquest. I'm enjoying it, and I'm gonna keep watching it. I would say, if you want to burden me with another task, you can, but I think I'm just going to finish it.
I'm happy to hear that you're enjoying it. I mean, it's just such a It was such a
if you
unique
say it's a
concept.
feel good anime and it pulls some shit like that again, I'm gonna punch you.
No, I mean,
I did not feel good.
so it's nice because the show balances a lot of like the he goes into the conquest with these girls, and I mean the show is set up to where it's like, hey, these people are, they have some kind of like demon,
Loose soul, yeah, they have the
loose
loose soul inside of them.
And it's like, and that's affecting their personality in some way, shape, or form, right? And so obviously on the surface, there's gonna be like the, girl demon, you have a new conquest, and he's gonna be like, 2D girls are much better than 3D.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, you have to do this, or we're gonna die.
And he's like, each girl is like an archetype, so he's doing the research by playing a game, trying to capture that archetype to help him figure out how to free the actual.
And then
girl.
there's like the initial impression of the girl, right? And then it's like tragedy struck. And it's like, oh, okay.
The demon girl, that was interesting. The whole like little sister, it's not like the weird little sister stuff at all, but it definitely plays into the joke of the trope.
Right.
And one thing I'll say, one point that I'll take off of the show is that it's not ecchi at all, and I'm frustrated with that.
That's okay. I understand.
Not including a bath scene that happened, because that was the most tame bath scene I've seen in an anime. I was like, dude, how are they able to pull off like the tamest bath scene in such a tropey anime? But an anime literally based around girl tropes, anime girl tropes. I like her. I like the character. I think she's cool, and I like her aesthetic. I love the whole like skull thing beeper that she has on her head. I did make this a mental note to bring up to you. The fact that in the first episode, she's just sweeping something all the time. Just he's sitting there doing the research, cheering on the track girl. She's just standing there talking to him, like just sweeping outside. Just outside, nothing. She's just sweeping stuff, and now I know why. Like she went into her backstory of like she was on cleaning duty, for however many years, like 300 years or something, and she's like trying to appeal to his requirements for a little sister, and he's like, BMW, blood. We have to share blood. If you're a step or kind of or adopted or whatever, it's not gonna work. And then M is I forgot what M was. It was like motivated or something. But and then W was Womanachi Moe, right? It's like the Moe thing. So she's trying to appeal to him, and she makes dinner, a super fucked up dinner, right? Demon food. Cleans the house, and she's like, yeah, and I could just, if I turn this on the low setting, I can clean the house like this. And it was set on high, and it just blows an entire hole into his house. His mom being a biker. That was really funny when she introduces herself to his mom. She's like, I'm the illegitimate daughter of your husband. And he's like,
and she's just like,
what? He's like, yeah, and she's like, your father is no longer with us. He's like explaining to her, he's like, she used to be in a biker gang. Yeah, I like it. I'm enjoying it. I'm gonna keep watching it. I'm gonna finish it. You're 2 for 2 as far as suggestions go.
Yeah, I mean, that one is just like, there's definitely emotions in it, but overall, it's like just a nice, chill romantic comedy, like with some serious moments here and there.
Yeah, but. And I started doing like core memory correlation with it, so I'm gonna finish it because it's like, cool, I'm playing classic Ratchet and Clank, so I don't need the volume. I'm watching it at the same time. I'm like, cool, I feel this will be in my memory bank forever. And it's an anime I'd never even heard of until that day, you know, which is funny because I heard about it an hour before you told me about it.
Another 2010er.
2010er. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'll try to knock it all out this week. Black Friday, I'm gonna be super busy at work, but I'm gonna try to knock it all out, and that way you can.
If you get through the first season, that it'll be good, and then like season 2, I like the show overall. I think season 1 and season 3 are probably my favorites, and season 2 has its moments, but you know, there's always gonna be some in long-standing shows, even if you know. You've got like, season 1's a 10, season 2's a 9, season 3 and 4 are 10s. You know, you still have that little lull, which happens. But
yeah, not every season of every anime is going to be as good as all the other ones.
That's right.
Cough, cough. Attack on Titan.
Hey, what do you mean by that?
According to other people, season 3 sucked. I disagree. I liked season 3.
What? How is season 3 bad?
I don't know. I don't know why people say that, but I liked season 3. I liked season 2 and 3. People were not as hyped on both of those seasons, but
I understand the season 2 comments, because season 2 is like, okay.
Maybe that's what people are talking about is season 2.
We're kind of figuring shit out a little more. But then you have like the, you know, Reiner and Bertholdt thing where it's like, Reiner's just like straight up like, oh, I'm the armored titan.
Yeah.
And Aaron's like,
yeah, he just straight up tells him on the wall. Yeah.
What'd you just say?
Yeah, I liked it, and the I don't know the name of the titan, but it's the girl. The girl.
You're
titan.
talking about Annie?
No. The one that it's got like the long face. And
it's the like cart titan, I think.
Yeah, she was in season 2, right?
She was in season 3. She saved the Beast Titan.
Okay, but she had like the connection with the blonde-haired girl, right? That is like a huge part of the show. I forget her name. But...
Yeah. So she knows Annie because she was like one of the selected people to carry the Titan. So they're all from like the same place.
The other blonde girl, though. That from the rituals.
Oh, you're talking about oh god.
The MacGuffin of the show, pretty much.
Yeah, it was like the girl that's gonna be queen.
Yes. Yeah. So there's the part in season 3 where like they're on the tower together and all the Titans are coming and she like reveals to her like, I'm this Titan, right? And goes and like eats a bunch of the Titans.
Oh, you're talking about you're not talking about the Jaw Titan. You're talking about the girl who's like she's like slashing.
Yes,
I think,
yes,
right?
her.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm talking about. That was season 3 or season 2?
That was season 2. Because that's when they start exploring outside of the walls.
Yes. See, that's why when I saw that season and I saw all that go down with those characters, I was like, this is awesome. And people were talking badly about season 2. I'm like, why, dude? This Titan scene is fucking awesome.
Historia is the girl who's like gonna become the queen.
Yeah.
And Ymir is the girl who is secretly the Titan, but is like her best friend.
Yes. So I remember when season 3 was out, me and my buddy were watching Attack on Titan, and we like made a list of our favorite Attack on Titan characters, and Ymir was like number 2 or 3 for me because I loved that character. I was like she's best friends with Historia, yeah, and she like in the time of like dread, right? She's like, I'm this Titan, right? And then she goes out and fucking wrecks a bunch of other Titans.
She's basically just like the Mikasa, but she's a Titan. Like,
yeah.
Which is, you know, Mikasa's cool, but she's a human, and it's called Attack on Titan for a reason because these Titans are sick, and it's like, okay, so
because Titans are cool.
Imagine if Mikasa was a Titan. Boom, we have Ymir.
Pretty much, yeah. And if I remember correctly, Mikasa and Levi are from the same family.
Yep, they're both Ackermans.
Was there a third Ackerman? Not including the parent?
So I don't think that there was a third Ackerman, but Kenny's in the series, and I think Kenny, I forget if I think Kenny's also an Ackerman.
I could have sworn there was like a third one.
He's there. I want to say either dad or uncle to Levi and Mikasa. I think it's uncle.
Okay. Well, they're cousins, right? They're not brother and sister. Levi and Mikasa.
Yeah. So I think it's Levi's uncle.
Okay.
Because there was that scene on the roof where Levi's like with all of with like some of the corpse, and like they all just get gunned down, and Levi like takes cover, and Kenny flies over him, and he's like, good to see you again.
Yeah. And he's like, all right, peace. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Yeah. I'll catch up on it once it's done. Once the hype is happening. Yeah. I'm so good at keeping up with mainstream anime.
You like Chainsaw Man?
Yeah, I do like Chainsaw Man.
Yeah.
Just watched Kill Denji.
I watched episode 6 because that's out now. Dude, man, these humans are so crazy. They're all like fucking freaking out.
Yeah. It's funny, the scene with the bigger dude with the scar on his face. They're like, he's having a panic attack, and he's like all bundled up, and I just to my girlfriend, I'm like, same.
Yeah. me too, man. Me too.
Yeah.
And then you've got the girl that's just crying all the time, and like
Koenji.
so many people. Yeah, whatever her name is, she sucks. I hate her in the anime, and I hate her in the manga too.
Yeah.
Like so many people are like, oh, she's such a good, like she's best girl of the series, and I'm like, you guys are so dumb. And because Power comes up out of nowhere, and he's like, Denji, for my Nobel Prize, you must die. And
Yeah.
Denji's like, all right.
Yeah. I mean, Power's just so entertaining. Like anything that comes out of her mouth, anything that she does is just like, what is it now? Right? Like, what's it gonna be next? It's funny because I was like, people are like, what? Why is she even a demon hunter? Right? Or devil hunter? Like, why is she? What power did? She's useless, and I'm just like, I make the joke. I'm like, oh, don't worry, you'll see why later, knowing that she just still sucks. Like there is no reason really. Like
right.
She's just like, I wanted to go to college, but my brother needs to go to college, and I got this job, right? But people are like, what, is she just like useless? I'm like, no. She's a badass. No, you'll see.
She's like Sakura, but like she doesn't like get to Sakura's point, like when
she doesn't become useful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Common misconception that Sakura is useless. It's just that people think
it took her a while.
But it also is like, it's all just based on like the first part of Naruto that she's useless. But after that part, dude, I mean, even in original Naruto, if it wasn't for Sakura, fucking Naruto and Sasuke would be dead like 5 times over each. Right? Sure. She landed the blow on Kaguya to, have her get sealed. She's just a regular fucking person, has no special Kekkei Genkai from a lineage, a clan, or whatever. She just had to get there on her own, and she's one of the strongest characters in all of Naruto.
Yeah, she really got put into the wrong,
squad?
Wrong ninja troop.
Yeah.
With, hi, I'm a Jinchuriki. Hi, I'm from the Uchiha clan, and we have these super special eyes.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm
the copy ninja. Oh, yeah. With Kakashi included, right? Like, Anbu Black Ops Captain fucking copy ninja, and then it's like, I like Sasuke. I'm gonna lose a fist fight to another fucking weak ass girl.
Yeah, but then it's like after that, you know, she becomes one of the boys.
Yeah, one of the boys. Yeah, she just Falcon punches everybody. It's amazing.
Nah, she's really cool. Sakura's glow up is like nice, although I hate that she had a child with Sasuke, but you know.
Yeah.
That's
should have had a child with Rock Lee. Would have been the strongest fucking character.
absolutely. They just would have given birth to Saitama.
Bro, pretty much, honestly. You know?
I would have been like, what's that in the background? And then you just hear, "One punch!"
One punch! Yeah, and it's like he's born bald, but he still has the big ass eyebrows, the bushy brows. Yeah, I the whole Sasuke doesn't deserve love, in my opinion. And you know, dude, the emotional trauma that he put her through, like even towards the end when he genjutsu'd her into like thinking that he just like stabbed her right through the heart. Like, and she's still, grade A simp. Let's just say that, grade A simp. You know?
Nah, dude, Sakura S simp.
Yeah. Oh, right. S plus tier
yes.
simp. Yeah.
If this were a Genshin role, it'd be a 5-star simp.
Yeah. If this was, I don't know, luxury meat at a 5-star restaurant, she'd be A5 simp. Yeah, but I mean, dude, there's one scene that I always refer to people. I'm like, if you really think that Sakura sucks, despite how bad Boruto the anime is, there's one scene in a small arc where she kicks the living shit out of this dude. Shin Uchiha, just some random fucking whatever. Now you don't even need to go into it, but that's one of the things that was so good about Naruto is the fight choreography, and damn does it show in that episode where she kicks the shit out of this dude. It's fucking...
I will say I've watched, you know, I previously watched a decent amount of Boruto, and I was like, it's just not for me. Like I tried, and it's just not big into it. Every like couple months or so, you know, I'll go on YouTube and I'll look up like main character fights in Boruto, and I'll be looking for like, you know, Sasuke versus blank, Naruto versus blank, Sakura versus blank, you know, all the people from original Naruto and Shippuden, and I'll be like, okay, let's watch this. And, you know, the absolute power fantasy of, you know, Boruto being like, I hate my dad. My dad sucks. And then him just being like, Ninetales, Kurama behind me, like,
gonna save
and
everyone.
And then Boruto being like, wow, my dad's pretty strong. And then the next episode being like, I hate my dad. It's like, oh, mother, god damn it. Like,
yeah, I when the movie came out, the first movie, the Boruto movie, it was like, dude, this kid fucking sucks, man. Like, I understand you're mad at your dad for not being around, but he is around. He's there. He's protecting the entire village. And then he pulls the whole shit where he's talking to Hinata, and he's like, I heard Grandpa died before Naruto even, or Dad was able to even whatever. Like, he's lucky that he didn't have a parent around to, like... I was like, Hinata should have just slapped him right then and there. Like,
it should have just been like, Byakugan, like, in the neck, just, you're done. Yeah.
You're done, kid. You're done.
Also, like... what's up with like not respecting your mom here? Like Hinata's like, if your dad's not around, you could be like, hey mom, can you teach me some cool shit? Like, I know I don't have the Byakugan and I can't see that stuff, but hey, you know, taijutsu's a part of, you know, the 3 things.
Yeah.
So
yeah, dude, it's so rude that he's just like, dad, your mom is there and around and loving, right? Like, what the fuck, man? I mean, the manga apparently is very good. And I know that like 85% of Boruto is non-manga canon. There's...
oh, really? Interesting.
most of it is not from the manga. The manga starts in the show at like episode 65 or something. That's the first time.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, the first time that the manga actually gets put into the anime for one arc, and then it goes back to filler stuff. And like the previous 2 arcs, I want to say, are also part of the manga. But apparently the manga is very, very good. And
Okay, I'll
worth
have to check out the
reading.
manga then.
Yeah. I haven't read it. So I was reading Naruto when it was coming out week to week.
Yeah, and like Shonen Jump and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I finished Naruto Shippuden before the anime did because I read it.
Right.
So I was still keeping up with the manga. So when Boruto came out, I read like the first 4 or 5 chapters of it. I was like, whatever. Because the first chapter is just like this fucking snotty little rich brat, and I'm like, I hate this trope. I hate that trope in anime where it's like the main character has to deal with the snotty rich brat, and the snotty rich brat is gonna get character development and stop being such an asshole. I'm done, dude. You
know what? I love it though when those snotty rich kids don't get character development and they just stay the way they are, like in SAIKA.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
This guy's just like, plebes, I throw money at you and you do what I say.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah. Despite the weight, is very, very much a Nikocado avocado kind of guy. Just peasants. I'm always one step ahead. Yeah. I think I will actually give the Boruto manga a read. I've watched like from episode 1 to a certain point with Boruto. There's still a big part of it that I know a lot about because it's been spoiled for me a lot that I still haven't seen, but I'm like right there. I'm like right about to start it. But it's just another one of those. I'm watching it subbed, so I'm very slow at watching subbed because I have to do nothing else. And I have so many PS2 games to play for the 10th time.
Always gotta go back to those.
Yeah. So do you want a new suggestion from me? And I'm not gonna throw you a 3-season anime.
Oh, you could do a 3-season anime if you want. I'll watch the 2 movies by next time. So yeah, give me something else. I'll pull up my the crunch to throw it on my watch list. If you give me One Piece, I swear to God.
Dude, that's only like 2 seasons, man.
Guys, I'm gonna need you to watch Gintama,
Yeah.
okay?
Oh
by the
my
next
God.
time we.
That could be a audience recommendation. I haven't even watched Gintama, and it's been recommended to me like 10 times. So I think it's on Crunchyroll, but I first saw this anime on Netflix, and then it wasn't on Netflix, and then it was on Hulu, and it's still on Hulu. I don't know if it's on Crunchyroll or not. But my suggestion to you, which I have talked to you about this anime before, and now that you are contractually obligated,
Yes, of course.
Mushishi.
Okay, this is. I've got it right here. They are creatures only known as Mushi, whose abilities range well into the supernatural. While their existence and appearances are unknown to the humans around them, there are a few like Ginkgo, who is a Mushishi that travels around to investigate and find more about the Mushi. Does that sound right?
Yes, that is it.
All right, awesome. There are 2 seasons. Oh, okay. So
I believe
there's
there are 2 full-length seasons.
There's 2 full-length seasons and an OVA or OVA. Okay, first season is 26 episodes. Second season is
I want to say 24.
20 episodes.
20.
Cool.
Yeah.
4.9 on Crunchyroll.
Out of 5. Yeah.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Look it up on Mal.
Let's check the Mal here. Let's see. Mushi.
Also a great intro. I love the intro and outro for that show. I believe the intro is sung in English.
Damn. Okay. Mal score is 8.67. It's ranked 58, and its popularity rank is 204.
Yeah.
So, all right.
It's a good one,
You're
dude.
throwing me a banger here, apparently. All right, let's go.
I really am. It's so good. It's so good, and it's so different from anything that I've ever seen. Still to this day, I haven't seen anything like it. It's so good. Oh, I love it. I love it. I like that the intro for the first season is sung in English, like 100% English, not, English? Is that okay to say?
Ooh. We're gonna have to cut that one out.
Oh, really?
No, I'm
Okay.
not sure.
I don't know if that's like an offensive term or not. Which I love it. I love hearing it. Also, best BL couple, Speedwagon and Jonathan Joestar.
Yes, of course.
Yes. Quite interesting. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep watching The World God Only Knows.
That's right.
You can start Mushishi. You definitely cannot watch it all the day of recording.
Try me.
Is that a challenge?
2x speed. Just like, fuck.
Yeah. You just have the transcript in front of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read it all. Oh, you read the manga? No, I read the script. Yeah, there's that for you. Recommendation to everybody else from me, at least, would be. I'll throw this one out there. It's unique, and it's one of those shows that had one version older and then had a newer version that was like the better version or whatever, like your Hellsings or your Hunter Hunters or whatever. It's called D Gray Man.
Ooh, D Gray Man. What are we looking at there?
D Gray Man, I believe the first series was a 2001, maybe, or 2002. It's an Exorcist type show. The main character is Alan Walker, I believe.
2006 to 2008. Interesting.
What's the title? Is it just D Gray Man or is it
D Gray Man? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, because there is a newer one that is like the better version, I guess. That's not what I recommend to you though, because it's niche, and if you want to watch it, you can. But I would much prefer you watch Mushishi.
No, I'm gonna watch Mushishi.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And just a quick little heads up for you: Mushishi is like an episodic show, so every episode is a separate story based on new characters for that episode that then the main character gets involved with. So like I
like that. That's very similar to like how Violet Evergarden did it.
Yeah.
Where.
Yeah. Got a suggestion for the audience?
I do. So I went with Realist Hero last time.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of isekai. So let's move away from that.
What about horror?
Ooh, I don't watch a lot of horror anime, to be honest. But you know what? I'm gonna go into the comedy realm here, like pure comedy realm here.
Don't say Konosuba.
And my suggestion is Konosuba. No, it's not Konosuba. My suggestion is a show called D-Frag. So we're gonna keep on brand with the D theme here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So there's a game development club, which it's just thing for people that are gonna make games together, and unfortunately this fourth person gets roped into it, and it's the main character, and the show's just all comedy, all gas.
Yeah.
It's so good. I love it so much. Only 12 episodes, so
Do you have a release year?
short show. Yeah, release was 2014.
Okay.
So probably not getting a second season, which I really wish it did, but
Yeah.
what are you gonna do? But man,
Wait.
yeah, yeah. What else can you do, right? But as far as this anime is concerned, if you just want to sit down and just laugh and just really have a good time, this is gonna be it. And it takes place in high school, so you have a lot of your typical high school tropes,
Mhm.
but goes outside the box a lot of the times, and it's just a treat. It's one of the animes that I watched when I was making that transition out of shonen anime to let's explore everything else that anime has to offer.
Yeah.
And this was one of the first, and I was like, cool.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
liking this. Yeah.
Well, we are just about out of time. Kind of almost on the dot. I do want to ask you real quick though, is there an anime that only had one season that you wish had another second season?
Horimiya.
Okay. And you just watched that too, like not too long ago. Before you watched that after our episode together, our first episode.
Horimiya. Make season 2, please.
No.
There's like 16 volumes of it,
No.
and apparently it's all good.
It's done. It's done. I don't need any more. It's good. It's done. He asked her to marry. Spoiler. It's brand new.
Yeah, but they haven't kissed, and I need that.
Okay. Fair enough. Mine would be No Game No Life. Give me that second season already. God damn it.
Yeah.
That or Roka of the Six Braves. Either one. Fucking give me a second season, please. Yeah. How do we want to outro this? Do you want to give me a hot take?
Yeah, I'll give you a hot take. Yu-Gi-Oh! GX is better than original Yu-Gi-Oh!
I agree. Hallelujah. Let's go. Chaz it up.
Except for that.
All right. Thank you everybody for joining us for this episode, and I'm your host, Chaz Princeton.
And I'm your co-host, Judai Yuki.
Are you watching in Japanese?
Get your game on.
Oh, fuck.